Hello and welcome to the screencast on section 1.7 from Active Prelude to Calculus. In this video, we will introduce the concept of inverse functions. Since a function is a process that converts a collection of inputs to a corresponding collection of outputs, always in such a way that no single input can produce two different outputs, it's natural to ask, can we undo or reverse the process of a given function? That is, for a given function f, is it possible to find a corresponding function g so that the inputs of g are the outputs of f and the outputs of g are the inputs of f? In the situation where the answer to these questions is yes, we say that the original function f has an inverse function. One of the most important lessons to learn about inverse functions, when they exist, is that they enable us to view the same idea from two different perspectives. For instance, consider the algebraic equations h equals 1/4 t and t equals 4h. The first expresses h as a function of t, while the second expresses t as a function of h. These two equations say the exact same thing, but one does so from the perspective of t as an input, while the other does so from the perspective of h as an input. It turns out that we can think of these two formulas as being inverse functions, since the processes that correspond to them undo one another. In this section, you'll study a collection of important concepts and questions connected to inverse functions. What does it mean for a function to have an inverse function? How can we determine whether a given function has an inverse function or not? How are the graphs of a function and its inverse function related? And what notation can we use to represent an inverse function?